Hi Scorpio, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. Hope you are well. I am going to take a quick second to remind everyone that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every single Scorpio out there. So guys, just take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Remember that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, get in where you fit in, even if it's on the other side. But as always, don't force yourself into a reading that's obviously not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Scorpio? Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, you are starting out with the Chariot in the reverse. You have the Queen of Pentacles and the World. So something is wrapping up. Some cycle is closing out here for you. For some of you, it has to do with work and job. You might be moving. You haven't quite gone there yet. You haven't quite moved. But for some of you, it does have to do with a work or a relocation possibly. So with the Chariot, there's a sense of feeling stuck, unable to move forward. It doesn't mean that it's forever, but it's at least a temporary slowdown. Something here is not moving forward. It might be something to do with your money, or it might be something to do with commitment here. I do see something closing out though, so a new cycle can begin. So let me see who's in your energy. Show me who's in Scorpio's energy. For some of you guys, you might be in a marriage or in another commitment, like a solid commitment, and you might be trying to close that out, but you can't quite do that just yet. All right, so the person in your energy has the Ace of Pentacles, the Sun, sign of Leo, and the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Oh yeah, so I'm getting that really strongly now, because this person in your energy is very hopeful that there's going to be this brand new stable beginning with you. You're unable to quite go there just yet. There's like a delay that's happening with that. But this person views you as happiness. This person views you as being, you know, someone that they could have great happiness with. I do feel like this person, if you are in another connection, this person is aware of it, and they may be waiting for that cycle to close out. Because we see the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, which indicates the closing out of a contract or a, you know, some sort of a foundation. So let's see the energy between Scorpio and this person. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. You're both impatient for this to move forward. Yeah, you're both very impatient. Neither of you really want to invest until it's a done deal. And there's this sense of impatience here. Let me see what's affecting this connection. Show me what's affecting this connection. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Could be finances or money. But this is indicating that somebody, and that would be you, Scorpio, has to get themselves free. Somebody has been behaving as if they were single when they were not single. There's a little bit of codependency that's showing up as well, but I feel like finances is affecting this. Somebody is not quite single, which would be you, because we have the Queen of Pentacles here, but this person is aware of it. They know this. So show me the outcome. King of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, so no action is being taken by the end of the week. But you're both impatient for this new beginning. You have to close something out first, though. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. But as an underlying energy, this is indicating, you know, basically that you're putting up boundaries. There's some communication that could be indicated by this as well. I will say the Queen of Swords is known as the divorce queen. You might also be dealing with an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius. So let's clarify your reading, Scorpio. Spirit, why is the Chariot in reverse for Scorpio? All right, we have the Three of Cups reversed. And we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. So you don't want to reconcile, you know, things with this person from the past, but you're unable to move forward right now. And again, it could be because of finances or money. So you're feeling stuck. You're unable to move forward even though you want to. You would even be happy if you could move forward slowly. And I feel like you're very unhappy with the situation. You're unhappy that you can't move this forward, that you're feeling stuck. You're isolating a lot too, it looks like, Scorpio. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here? I do feel like for a lot of you, there's something to do with your money not being straight. And that's preventing you from moving forward. All right, so we have the Five of Pentacles reversed. We have the Three of Coins. Now, they have the Three of Coins in the reverse. So you're trying to avoid conflict with this person that you're currently with. You're in this stable foundation. You're in a contract of some sort here. And you're trying to avoid conflict. You're not able to move forward yet, and it looks like it's financial. The person that you are in this foundation with, that you're currently with, could be a little bit codependent on your energy as well. You may also be fearing a loss of money or finances. So you're trying not to fight with this person at all. So let me see the World. Why is the World here? Queen of Wands and the Magician in the reverse. Yeah, so you're trying to take action. I do feel like you are not on the same page, possibly with this person that's in your energy, about how to create this, how to manifest this. You're realizing that you do have to close something else out. You have to close out another connection before you can move forward. And I do feel like there is already someone in your energy, which would constitute third-party energy. I feel like this person is aware of that, though. I'm not sure that there's been any deceit, but possibly there has been some manipulation. I do feel like you want to close this out. You want to move forward, but there's something that is holding you back. It could be a contract. It could be something to do with finances or money, which that looks very probable. And it's preventing this from manifesting, but it is eventually going to close out. So, but you have to take action for that to happen, and I feel like you're not quite ready to take that action. So let me look at this person's energy. Why is the Ace of Pentacles here for the person in Scorpio's energy? Three of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, this person in your energy, they're hurt. They're hurt because they want this offer from you. There's something to do with an offer that, you know, they don't mind it being small as long as it grows. I'm hearing, you know, somebody who's talking about wanting to grow together. You don't have to have all the money. I can see that you're concerned about finances or money. This person is not. They feel like the two of you can build something together. So there's this energy of this person feeling heartbroken, wanting this new beginning and waiting for this offer. So why is the Sun here? They feel like you're not willing to invest, that you're staying where you are, and that, you know, that there's another reason, because they don't see why you can't build something together. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords reversed, and we have the Hangman in reverse. They're tired of waiting. They're tired of waiting for their happiness to begin. They feel as if you're not being truthful with them. I feel like they try not to say anything about this. They bite their tongue a lot, but this person is beginning to view this relationship differently than they did in the past, because I do feel that this person, I keep getting this message that this person feels the two of you can build something together, that, you know, so there must be some kind of financial pressure. They don't mind not having a lot of money financially, but I feel like you do. So this person is tired of waiting, and they feel like you're not being honest. Let me see the Three of Pentacles in reverse for the person in Scorpio's energy. Okay, we have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Wands reversed and Judgment in reverse. Yeah, this person is waiting for you to end this other connection. Yeah, they feel like you're being inconsistent. One day you're there, the next day you're not. They feel like there's things that you're not telling them, or you're not being honest with them about. This person is afraid that you are going to reconcile back with the person that you are currently with. So they're doubting your honesty in this situation, and it's because there's been a lack of action. So they feel that you might be a player, that you've been playing them this whole time. They feel like perhaps they made a poor judgment call here, because they want something balanced, an equal give and take. Let me see the energy between Scorpio and this person. But I do feel like for you, this has to do with finances and money. Yeah, you feel like you can't walk away from this currently. You feel stuck. You feel unable to, but you're not happy about it. And it has to do with money and finances, possibly a particular investment. This person is saying to you, and they haven't said this. This is new coming from them, because they've been biting their tongue. They're saying, look, you're hurting me here. There's no reason for you to delay. There's no reason that you can't walk away from this connection. This is causing me a lot of pain. You're breaking my heart, because I feel like we can build something together. I don't mind if it starts small. I don't mind if there's not a lot of money in the beginning. So the two of you are viewing this very different. I feel like, Scorpio, you're viewing it that you can't walk away from this until you have your money in order, and they disagree with that. But it's making them feel that you're not being truthful. They will tell you this. This is something that they're going to express to you. Let me see what's affecting this connection. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Why is that here? Why is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse? Yeah, that's too many. They basically feel that you're dragging your feet because you have cold feet, because you don't want to disrupt your life. All right, so we have the Six of Wands reverse. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, this person feels very invested in this connection, Scorpio. They feel like they've invested and it's not panning out, and that they're just going to experience a deep loss. And that's why they're starting to look at things differently. They're tired of waiting. They're tired of the lack of communication, and they feel you're not being honest. So I do feel like, you know, they've been very patient in their view, and yet it's not panned out for them. Again, you don't want this to fail due to a lack of money. And I don't know what is going on over here with this energy, like the Queen of Pentacles energy. There is definitely this contract you're in, a solid foundation. And I see a lot of avoidance, trying to avoid any kind of conflict with this person. But ultimately, you feel that this connection is not going to work out if the money is not right. Yeah. So let me see your outcome. Show me the outcome. I feel like the two of you are viewing this very differently. Four of Pentacles, or I'm sorry, Four of Cups reversed. We have the Hermit. We have the Page of Cups. And we have the Chariot in reverse. And that was your first card out, Scorpio. So what I'm seeing here in your outcome is that no action is being taken. And nobody really wants to talk about it because this person feels very invested in this. You're trying to figure out how to resolve, it looks like a financial issue, which isn't as important to them, but it is to you. So they're trying to figure out, have they made a mistake here? Are you being honest with them? You know, they're tired of waiting. So they're trying to figure out how to handle this. Should they walk away or should they be patient for a little bit longer? There is definitely love here, okay? There's definitely love here for both of you. And I also feel that they are not going to move forward, at least right now. But a lot of that is they're saying you're stuck, Scorpio, because you're not taking the action. So they want you to take action. Now, in your energy, you're looking at this and there is this new love that is trying to manifest, but you're focused very much on the past. You're focusing on, you know, trying to bring the lessons from the past. And I do feel that you are kind of dragging this a little bit. You love this person, but I also feel like, you know, this is a new relationship. You're worried about whether it's going to be successful or not. And it's kind of like, on some sense, Scorpio, you're like, it's better to deal with the devil I know than the devil I don't know. And my thing is, why are we dealing with devils, right? But the thing is that this is not manifesting because you have to close out this cycle and you're dragging your feet for whatever reason, whether it's valid or it's not. And so I feel like your focus right now is on the past. Your focus is on avoiding conflict with the person here in the past. And so much so that you're having a difficult time seeing what this person in your energy is bringing to the table. They feel like you are basically stonewalling them. So I feel like you're both coming about this whole thing from a very different perspective. Now, that being said, I don't see either of you taking any action right now. This person's contemplating moving forward. You're contemplating, you know, how to resolve the financial issues. There is love here. There is. So, I mean, it's really going to depend on what kind of action either of you take. But I will tell you, Scorpio, this thing is not moving forward because you know that you have to take the action. It's not manifesting because ultimately you don't take the action. So, bottom of the deck is the Moon card. This is underlying energy. You might be dealing with a Cancer sign. I see heavy Cancer sign. Virgo is here as well. But this is indicating that there are secrets. There are secrets, and there needs to be honesty versus secrets. There are things that are hidden, and there needs to be clarity and truth. So it's almost like two sides of the coin are being flashed here. You know, are you going to live in the secrets and the hidden world, or are you going to live in the world of truth and clarity and decisive action? So you're kind of at a crossroads. All right, I'm going to pull an oracle card for you, Scorpio. All right, you have number 13, and this is called rejection. So let's clarify this. Give me a second. I'm reading from the Heal Yourself reading cards, if you're wondering. It says, use rejection to grow, expand, and build yourself. Feeling rejected can disconnect you from your heart and soul and immobilize you. Rather than buying into rejection, focus on how you can grow, learn, and improve from your experiences. If you're a writer and you sent your articles or a book to a publisher and they've rejected it, then try to hone your writing skills and send your work out to several other publishers. Use that rejection as a motivating force to succeed. If a person that you have feelings for or felt a deep love towards has rejected you, then work on healing your heart and recognizing that there is someone out there who is more suited to you. Many people use rejection as an excuse to close down, become suspicious, guarded, and give up. Then they hurt and reject others. They hide behind rejection and never give themselves an opportunity to take a leap of faith and find their life calling and heal. By picking this card, you're being urged to hold yourself in a higher regard. Keep your heart open and trust that you have learned from your experiences and will not make the same mistakes again. All right, I hope this has been helpful to you, Scorpio. If you have resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hype this video if you get the opportunity. Until I see you guys in your next reading, Scorpio, know that you are loved, and namaste.